Hello, everyone. Good morning, and welcome to the fourth episode in the second season of The High Performing Woman. And in this talk show, I seek to highlight amazing women doing amazing things. And today, we have a really interesting topic. We're talking about the intersection of AI and wellness. And with me today, I have a real pioneer in this area. Abby Aboitiz, and she has an amazing background in tech, and she even has her own story. And I'm gonna ask her a bit about that. But let me just first welcome Abby to the show.
Hi, everyone. Thanks, Susan, for having me. I'm very excited to be here.
Yeah, great to have you. Now, tell us a little bit about your tech background as well as your own personal wellness journey, because I think that's it's a big motivation for what you're doing now. So give us a little whistle tour. I know you've done so many things, we could be here forever, but just a quick whistle tour of some of your like big accomplishments and the motivation for what you're doing now.
Yeah, I mean, I started my career in healthcare actually. Still on in the healthcare, so I've been here 16 years in the healthcare space. But what really kind of pushed me into creating our ecosystem with AI wellness was um, overcoming my own health issues, which is about almost 9 years ago. I had breast cancer. And
Right.
so I was, the healthcare side didn't really kind of help me. And I realized, oh my God, I'm running all of this company in healthcare. And it's so ironic that when I try to get my treatment and was a patient at that time, I didn't really get treated the way I was supposed to be treated. And then from there, it's kind of shift into the directions into like I think it's time to have my own technology company. At that time I was thinking maybe the technology will be able to help us bridge the gap, but then as I continue learning and with a journey of like still at the same time recovering from my condition, we really have an issue with education. And then it goes down into we have more issues into continuity of care. So like how do you bridge all of these together? And so I'm lucky enough to have a really good amazing relationship with great innovators, great friends of mine that's in the healthcare, the technology industry, AI, and the wellness industry. So I just simply put them all together and create that complete circle of care model that essentially will help you develop a full lifestyle modification solution. And so that's what I'm here, and I'm excited to work with everybody, build a community of forward thinkers to hopefully create a little bit of a ding in the industry.
Oh, well, I hope you're already creating a ding. So just on that subject, help us understand how is AI going to help people be healthier in the future?
I always go back to knowledge of your health is care. And so the more you know, the better it's going to be. But with the
Education is power, right?
absolutely. Education is power, and any levels of what we do. If we know the know how, know when, how to do it, all of those things, if you're able to do that, then you can do a lot more. You can do so much. And so, but the issue that we're facing today is that too much information. When you go to
Information overload, right?
correct,
And one person tells you one thing and the other person tells you the other. And yeah.
and so, how do you navigate through that? Too much noises. Like when you go to Google, it's not relevant anymore. When you go to YouTube, what do you watch? When you go to other places, what do you really Who do you listen to? When you go to, even when you go to a WebMD, when it's supposed to be the most reliable information, you're still confused. And so that's what we created in our ecosystem. We vet everyone that's basically that falls into our 8 dimensions of wellness. So we've really uh, categorize everybody on where they belong into the 8 dimensions, which is the physical wellness, the emotional wellness, the environmental, the financial, the mental wellness, social, occupational wellness, and spiritual wellness.
I've never seen a model like this before. This is fascinating.
Yeah, so now
So
we
what the picture in the center, that's a picture of your screen, right?
correct. That's in my background also. I don't know if you can see it,
We can't quite see it. You're in like a
but
circle right now. But those
okay.
screens are about what, 8 feet tall, 6 feet tall?
Seven. Yeah, seven.
7.
But
Okay.
we have seven different types of screens. It depends on the needs, right?
So it's
So
almost like a giant iPad.
correct, yes, with AI in there. And so you can think of these screens as more of like your companion for your business or for your personal. And so a lot of the times, doctors and the clinics utilize this for education into waiting rooms. And then they
Yeah, I wanted you to tell me about the education platform. So you have that screen, and
mhm.
then so what are the wellness use cases of the avatars?
There's many use cases, right? So you could customize it based into what your needs are in terms of if you're a business owner, what are the things that you normally repeat yourself, you normally don't have to talk to your patients, because a lot of the times when you visit an actual, let's say, primary care physician, right, you still come out of it like confused because you don't know what to do from there because they didn't spend enough time with you. And
Right,
so
and they're sick of saying the same thing over and over and over again, right?
yeah, and then staff. When you look at staff, they're. I mean, it's a lot of this. I'm not trying to say that they're just for payroll, but majority doesn't really care as long as they get paid. And so then your issue is, as a business owner, is like, how do you create efficiency, and if and how are you effective at what you do without being able to educate them. And so we create that whole entire robotics process automation. We automate an actual clinic experience. So when you as a patient come in, you check in to the screens, you scan the QR code, you download the app, you fill out the onboarding process, and that goes into the doctor's dashboard. Doctors will be able to see everything that basically you are going through, and then within his dashboard. So before he even sees you, he's already well educated in other
So
than
that kind of replaces those old-fashioned forms where we would fill in
yeah,
all of our things,
correct,
right?
yeah,
And then
and then
it can also be educating you while you're waiting to see the physician.
that's correct, yeah. So how these screens act is like you could automate all of what information do you have, like about your, let's say, about your clinic or about your company. You can
Right.
put your services, you can put the benefits of your services, you can put your backstory, you can create incentives of first time comer or your loyal customers. Those are the kinds of things you can play around with. I mean, it's like with technology nowadays, you can really go far more. Like there's so many things that you can do.
And
So
it's interactive as well, right? Like
correct,
you
yeah,
can, it's like almost like mirror, mirror on the wall, you know?
yes.
You can actually talk. Actually, I think we might have a video. Let me see if this will work. I've never tried putting a video in here before. Oh, yes.
Oh,
Now, can we hear it though? Hmm.
mm,
I'm not sure that I hear the volume coming in. Do you hear it?
no, I don't.
But at least we can see what you're talking about.
Yes,
So this is on the screen, and then you have got, you know,
you
that's
just
Dr. Gideon Kwok, and he's speaking, and then he's got his avatar on the screen, right?
yeah. So you basically can ask his avatar questions into like related to all the things that he does and his services, like anything that's most commonly asked in terms of um, pre-programming your business. So you can create your an avatar that's basically double or if not 1,000 versions of you. So you can just um, take care of your patients.
Abby everywhere.
Yeah.
So when we were talking about the wellness uses of the avatars, um, uh, that is putting them like in the offices, but it's also like, what else can we do with the avatars outside of the screens?
Yes, you can embed it into your website, so make it more like, your chatbot. You can also embed it into an app, or if you build an
So
app.
people can say, "Hey, doc, this is what the issues I'm having. Like, what are your recommendations?"
Yeah, absolutely. And then one of the things that we're doing, actually, we're going to Las Vegas for A4M, is we're launching our digital interactive magazine. And so what we put the magazine is like we put them into an NFC card. So now they easily to share, and then now their avatar is going to be there answering them questions. They're,
Oh, that's
they're,
blowing my mind.
yeah.
So it'll be almost like something from Harry Potter, like when the magazine is like moving around and talking to you, right?
Yeah.
Oh my
That's,
gosh.
so we're featuring top 20 forward thinkers of 2025 at A4M, and then at CES we're basically revealing the top 111 educators.
So explain a little bit, well, I'm going to ask you towards that at the end to talk a little
Yeah.
bit about the events, but what are the use cases for the screens at home? Like if you wanted, we have the ones in the offices, but like, is this kind of, I can have one, like one in my bedroom that's going to make me look skinnier and
But that's probably not a good thing. I think it's good to exercise with it, right? So one of the use cases that we have this like technology. It's called electromuscle stimulation. So this is essentially you can cut your workout into a quarter. So like most of the people, majority they try to spend an hour and a half. So this workout is like a 20 minutes workout, but you follow it within our screen. So it's like that 20 minutes. These are the exercises you're gonna do, and then you're done from there. So I don't know if you're familiar with electromuscle stimulation, but it's it's like it feels like you are you are this is right here the black suit. So
that black suit. So you put on the black suit and then what happens there?
I'm actually working out with it right now. So you control it within the app, and
Oh, you're
so
wearing it.
yeah, right here.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
And so you can there's like multiple modes, like massage mode. You can do cardio with it. You can do a professional. Like really, if your goal is to bulk up, you can bulk up with it. So in terms of um, the functionality into the screens with it at home, you can pre-program it based on your lifestyle. So if you really want to know what you want to do with it, it's like some people want to lose weight, some people want to bulk up, some people want to just get educated, some people just want to be entertained, or they want to give it to their grandma. All of that we can customize based into their needs, and we send you a full entire system, and then we also have our health bundles that essentially is your supportive care kind of wellness bundles.
So when they're wearing the suit, is it sensing what you're doing?
Yes,
Um,
right now I'm in a massage mode.
you're in massage mode, so it's massaging you as we're talking.
Correct, yeah.
Oh my gosh. And so if you're working out, how will it communicate to you? Will it say, "Oh,
There's
you need to like move your left arm, make like what is it telling you?"
it does it for you, so you just press the mode. So like it has 20 electrodes. So you can
Right.
turn all the electrodes depending on what you want. So if your goal is just to basically bulk up a little bit in your arm, you can actually just press the arm within the app. and then you can
And so
increase
what, it's electrically causing a
a
contraction?
contraction. Yes. Yeah.
Right.
So
And so, what are some of these other things that I see in the background?
that's also a so that's this the smart ring. So the smart ring that we have, that's the most advanced actually. So I've worked with this company and I sit on their board, and they said we have something that might be really good for your ecosystem. And I was like, okay. So but they've been my provider for all my wearables for the healthcare sector, because like we do a lot of like remote monitoring, chronic care management, and all of that. And so they showed me the ring. I was like, well, I'd like to add more features into it. And so we are the only first one that has the continuous glucose monitoring.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then we added VO2 max in there too.
And how does it do that? You don't have to prick your finger or?
No, you just wear it, but then you can within the app, you can just press the button you wanna monitor your glucose, and then it measures you for 5 minutes, and then you get the results. It's a little longer than the prick, but
Well, you don't
it's
have to prick.
yeah. If you do side by side comparison, it's like the same.
So this is like a ninja aura ring, basically.
Pretty much, yeah. You could try.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So what else what else does it track? Like your heart rate variability, or what are some
heart
of the
rate,
other things?
heart rate variability, blood oxygen saturation, sleep. It tracks your activities, your, and then if it's like there's abnormalities on your trends, it actually tells you like, hey, you need to do a little bit more. Or if you're not sleeping well, it makes recommendations. And then if let's say you have diabetes, it gives you like, take a picture of your plate of food and see if that actually is a good food for you to eat, and it analyze all of that. So I added like from just a regular smart ring, I made it more into like a smart ring on steroids with the AI component that basically add. Yeah.
Wow. So what are those other things that are to the left of the
Those are
suit?
the power box that basically essentially it's a battery pack that controls your suit, and that's connected to the app. So
Okay.
you can think of the whole entire suit that has 20 electrodes that basically goes into your major muscle groups. So from
Right.
your chest to your arms, your legs, to your abs, to your butt. Yeah.
Um, so okay, what are some of the trends that you think that you're seeing now with in the next year? I mean, there has been like AI was just such the buzzword or like the focus of business the last couple of years. Do you see that it's settling down, or which way where do you see a lot of the uptake, or what trends are you seeing?
What I'm seeing now is basically people are, you know, more and more adapting to it. But hopefully it will increase more because it's here to stay. Um,
Right.
and in terms of I'm seeing like even the senior population start utilizing AI now in like for health, but
The senior population, you said?
senior population, yeah. So
Yeah.
we
I'd love to get my mom one of those rings.
oh yeah, absolutely. It's like it's the best thing. And you'll see it at A4M, but there's other ongoing trends, like everyone wants to be educators now, which is like everyone's coming up with their new podcast and all of those. So if you're gonna build something, just make sure that you added like the AI component of it. That's always my advice to everyone. um, there's another ongoing trends right now of biostacking. I don't know if you're familiar. So like basically you're stacking the hacks into like health hacks. Um, and then
Give an example of that.
So let's say, you have a red light. What is the continuity of care within red light? So what you can add to it. It's like, or if you have a water hydration products, it's like what can you add to it to complete it, right?
Like
Because
while you're doing something anyway, how can you? Yeah. So I actually, I think I stack my hacks because I often in the morning when I wake up, I stick my hand in the Avicen and then I put my brain tap on at the same time. So I'm kind of doing two of the different things at once, stacking my hacks.
exactly.
Um,
It's like when you can do it, that you should, right? Because it's like it saves you time and then get wild. Because I think what we're gonna see is that because AI is so fast that people are gonna try and kind of level with it because people is wanting to control. You want to control the AI, not AI controlling you. You know what I mean? So, and I think you're gonna start seeing that type of trend. The other thing is that Bitcoin is gonna keep skyrocketing, so that will be an ongoing trend. You know, if you don't have a Bitcoin, you should at least get some. Because I think for the way I'm seeing this is like within 12 years, it's gonna be worth $1 million.
wow. You
Yeah,
heard it here first.
you
So
heard or here. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So I know that this is your website,
Mhm.
and I think that you have got, if you go to aiwellness.ai and then / high performing woman, you are offering a 15% discount. And what is that discount on? Is that on
On every
these things that we were looking at over here?
Yes, so these things are actually sold as a bundle. So there's this the one on the screen. This is more of like the at home system. But you could also just buy it as individually.
And are there other things aside from this that are for sale on AI Wellness
Yes,
that
our health bundles. So our health bundles, which is what I was just mentioning earlier, is like the biostacking. That's
so what
also
are some examples of some of the what's in the bundles?
so there are beauty bundles. There are bundles for like New Year, New You. There's like women's health bundles that you can get for your favorite women, a woman in your life,
So
and
these
then
are all like health and wellness products,
all
cutting
health
edge.
and wellness products. Yes, and then we have wearables that are coming out that are pretty cool. And
What kind
so
of wearables, like aside from the ring?
we have wearables is essentially it's a watches, but more into like the luxury look, but it actually is tracking your metrics. So
Right. Okay.
yeah,
Like a fancy Fitbit.
yes, it's like a pen, but yes,
Okay. So you were talking earlier. Um, I'm just wanting to know what's next for AI Wellness. I mean, you have some events coming up. You were talking about A4M and CES. For people that are not used to those acronyms, can you explain what those events are and what you're doing there?
for A4M we have quite a lot of initiatives there. So first
What and
is
what's A4M?
it's it's called Longevity Fest. So A4M is owned by Informa. It's like an anti-aging conference that's
Okay.
happening in Las Vegas. And then we also
And what will you have there? Will you have like lots of screens there, or
yeah,
what are you
we
doing
will have
there?
a lot of screens there, and then we have our own VIP suites that we're gonna be having our bio stacks upstairs, and then we're creating a lot of avatars for doctors there, and we're
Oh, so if
also
they're a doctor, they need to come see you at A4M and get their
yeah,
avatar made.
absolutely get your avatar. I think you should get your everyone should have their own avatar. So let your avatar work for you. So anything like some
And so
of
when you
my
have an avatar, what happens? Like you just, if you want to put out, like you could put out an Instagram post with yourself
yeah,
talking. And so
absolutely.
what, you just type in what you want to say and then the avatar will do it?
Yeah, absolutely. It looks exactly like you. It sounds exactly like you. You can make it speak into all kinds of languages, And so a few times now, what I've done is my avatar was the one who did a webinar.
Wow.
Yeah, and I can also have avatars to do podcasts with each other. So you can just feed the scripts into it.
So
So
can you go on holiday in the summer and bring your avatar with you and someone says something to you in a foreign language and you can say it and then
yeah, that's actually one of the biggest use case because like, in with doctors, there are patients that doesn't speak that much English. And so they can just press the button and it's like, okay,
Oh, can you imagine the confusion that that saves?
yeah,
Right. Wow. Yeah, I can imagine that. Particularly, I remember in London, I lived there for a number of years, and they have the National Health Service, and people come from all over the world. And London has, I don't know, 100 different nationalities there, and I know that that language barrier is sometimes a thing. Wow.
yeah,
Wow,
you
that would
can
be
do that now.
amazing.
You carry it with you, and that's the beauty of our educator platform. You're not only going to get your avatar, you get an NFC card. You just that's loaded with everything that you do, your expertise, your services, even your TED talk. So we started having everyone create their own like wellness talk or a TED talk style speech for like between 3 to 5 minutes, and all of that is loaded here. So this is kind of like um your electronic press kit, your V card, and your basically your companion. So anything. It's like, can you imagine if you go into like a conference and there's like a line of people wants to talk to you, and you it's only on you. So this will allow you to just like, hey, tap and learn everything. Come back in 10 minutes. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like those are the
Yeah.
kind of things that you can do. And so
Wow. And so you're going to be at A4M. When is that? That's in I think
December
I read it
13th
was in
to
just
15th, but we have multiple other activations there because we have our own VIP suites because we're also launching our digital magazine. So we have like quite a lot of media that will have like the very first look of the most interactive avatar, the most interactive magazine ever built.
okay.
Yeah.
And then CES, that's the Consumer Electronics Show.
Yes, that's in
What are you
January.
doing there?
I will have an activation there. We have about 60 content creators going around spotting the best technology and all of those, interviewing people. But we also have our own station there where you can create your digital avatar. You could also uh, do raffles within our all our digital screens, and then you could also um, watch and look how these interactive avatars are working for these innovators, educating the people at CES. So
It's
we will
amazing.
have a total of 111 of them. So imagine 111 avatars basically talking to everyone at CES.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Um, yeah, that kind of blows my mind. Um, so Well, I'm looking that we're pretty much on our time right now, but I want to go back to the people. Like this is, if you're wanting to learn more information about Abby, you can go to aiwellness.ai, and then if you're wanting to get a discount on any of her things, there's the discount code AI Wellness. So I just want to thank you so much for joining us today. Wait, there's one other question. When you said activation, what did you mean by activation?
Activation is like your showcase.
Okay, so you have an activation at CES and you have an activation at A4M.
Yeah, and then we have quite a lot of activations next year. Like we had total of 9 events that are major, like that are in like 50 to 80 to 100,000 people.
And are those all in the US or are you going to be going
Yes,
abroad?
all in the US.
Okay.
Yeah.
And are you going to be expanding any plans for expanding abroad?
Yes, we have. We locked into about 5 countries now, and then we worked with the ministers of health and ministers of education.
Wow. Okay. So watch this space.
Indeed.
All right. Thank you so much, Abby. Thank you for our listeners. And please remember to like and share the High Performing Woman on YouTube and um, watch the space. Abby Aboitiz is the woman to watch in the AI space. And I'm really excited to see what's coming in the new year. Thanks for having you coming on the show.
Thanks, Susan. Bye.
Okay. Bye.